WWE SmackDown erupted with tension, with legends returning, rivalries intensifying, and the road to SummerSlam narrowing into a high-stakes collision course. It was a night where chaos was scripted, but history felt very real. The air was electric before the first bell even rang. The crowd in the arena knew what was coming. They had seen the posters. They had heard the rumors. But when John Cena's theme blared through the speakers, the eruption was seismic. He walked to the ring with purpose, not just as a legend returning, but as a man ready to hand over the torch, or defend it once more. Waiting for him, equally poised and intense, was Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. The man who had come so close to completing his story, and who now stood on the brink of SummerSlam glory. This wasn't just a contract signing. It was a generational crossroads. Cena, ever the statesman, gave Cody his flowers. But there was an edge to his voice. A warning. Respect, yes. Surrender, never. Cody didn't flinch. He looked Cena in the eye and said he wasn't here to imitate legends, he was here to eclipse them. The crowd held its breath as both men signed the contract. Then, silence. Until a single phrase from Cena, "Finish your story, Cody. But remember, I've never let anyone write the final chapter for me." And just like that, the battle lines for SummerSlam were drawn in ink and intensity. But SmackDown wasn't done. The backstage cameras cut to chaos, the MFTs were down. A cart peeled away. Alarms blared. The locker room buzzed with speculation. Who ran over the MFTs? Theory. Orchestrated hit. Revenge. The mystery would only deepen as the night went on. In the ring, the women brought fire. Stephanie Vaquer, fresh off a wave of buzz from her international performances, faced off against Alba Fire in a match that mixed brutality with beauty. The ropes snapped. The crowd roared. It was Vaquer who secured the win, catching fire with a brutal knee to the jaw after countering the gory bomb. Stephanie didn't just win, she arrived. A message was sent to the entire SmackDown locker room. The new era of women's wrestling is multilingual, global, and ruthless. Elsewhere, the tag division saw a seismic shift. A fatal four-way unfolded with explosive paces: DIY, the Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, and the unlikely duo of Bobby Lashley and Angelo Dawkins battled to become #1 contenders. Bodies flew. Finishers landed. And when the dust settled, it was DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who stood tall, earning a shot at redemption and the tag team titles they were born to wear. But the match was more than a contest, it was a resurgence. SmackDown's tag division hasn't felt this alive in years. Meanwhile, Charlotte Flair and Raquel Rodriguez squared off in a clash of titans. Power met precision. Flair, always calculated. Raquel, sheer strength. The two traded chops and slams until Charlotte, ever the tactician, rolled Raquel into a surprise figure 8 and forced the tap. The Queen reigns once more, but Raquel's power and resilience have not gone unnoticed. That loss felt more like a warning to the rest of the roster: she's coming back stronger. Then came the storm. The lights dimmed. The arena shifted. A figure appeared at the top of the ramp, dark, dangerous, deliberate. Jacob Fatu was back. The Samoan werewolf walked with intent. No theatrics, no fanfare, just presence. He got in the ring, looked straight into the camera, and declared war. SmackDown's balance had been disturbed. Fatu didn't say much. He didn't need to. His stare was enough to unnerve the bravest soul. And when he caught Ridge Holland off guard with a surprise Samoan drop backstage later, the message was crystal clear. Fatu isn't here to play. He's here to dominate. Backstage, the drama continued. Paul Heyman was seen whispering to Solo Sikoa. Bloodline business, perhaps. Or were they talking about Fatu? The tension between loyalty and power is building, and every week, the tribal hierarchy grows shakier. As SmackDown closed, the contract between Cena and Cody sat in the ring, signed, sealed, and ready for war. The whispers around the MFTs, hit job swirled. Stephanie Vaquer had planted her flag. DIY had reclaimed their destiny. Charlotte had outlasted another powerhouse. And Jacob Fatu had returned, bringing with him a storm no one is ready for. SmackDown is no longer just a show. It's a battlefield. And SummerSlam, that's the reckoning.